Nashville, Nashville, where y'all at? Hey, we out east, 16 for the city. You know what it is, Museum of Presence.
Hey, look, wake up to cushion OJ. Mind on some shit I won't say. Bottled up anger out for half the shit I see but don't say. I just suppress it most days. Roll up 2 L's, I'm Cool J. I try to be like water, life it hard like Bobby Boucher. Who say you ain't who you say you is. I been that nigga. If I ain't him, then I'm claiming it. My spirit different. I feel a difference ever since I've been shedding layers. This the fade and grew my hair, yeah. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, Nashville's own, coming all the way from out east to out east, my man, Chuck Indigo!
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now keep it real. How many times you done said that you finna do some shit to separate you from all of these niggas? We up at 5 a.m. Gym till I'm fine as shit. Heard about alkaline diets, I'm finna try that shit. My homie put me on stocks, I'm about to buy some shit. My homegirl sold me some crystals, now I'm aligned again. I'm finna start meditating, reading and praying more. A couple weeks passed, and now I ain't as sure what had me inspired and got the same allure. Thinking about switching it up, this shit just ain't manure. But ain't no progress if you never submit to a process. Procrastinating cause you're scared to get what you ain't got yet.
I love 16 for the city. Chuck Indigo, all the way from out east, came to the studio. We're sitting down talking about his new album. We're talking about fatherhood, and we talk about his top 5 tips to staying present. Stick around, this is a fun one.
Yo, this is too much. Slow down. Peace, God, peace.
From Music City, Nashville to the world. This is not a podcast. This is not a conversation about art. This is an attempt to wake you up. And now that I've got your attention, don't listen to the words. Listen to the silence between the words. You are now entering
the Museum of Presence.
Bro, thank you so much for blessing us. Welcome to the Museum of Presence.
Thank you.
I got my man Lee in the background. Yo, Chuck, you've been making music here. You're from Nashville. You grew up right here in East Nashville. Is that correct?
Yep.
And you just came out with a new album. You have new music.
Yeah.
Right? So can you tell me about the album? What's the name of it?
Yeah.
And you collaborated with somebody else. Can you tell me some more about it?
So me and a homie, longtime homie, Shrames, he's also from here. Man, we've been working together for quite some time. And we had like a stash of music, bro. And we was just like, bro, these are good songs. Let's do something with this. And so we had actually did a song called Winter's Habit with the homie Bernie Amsterdam. And I was like, bro, that's a really good name for the project. And so we just took some of the songs that we had that we really liked, that was like from some of them from 2017, 2018. And then we just added like 1 or 2 on the end. And yeah, man, just went with it. So it's Winter's Habit, 5 songs, I think, yeah.
It sounds like it's just a fun project.
Yeah, for sure.
But it comes across.
Yeah.
When I listen to some of the other things that you have done before these EP, like, you get into some deep stuff. Like, you're really talking about a lot of things I'm not really hearing in hip-hop music, and you're doing it in a really beautiful way. But in this new project, it seems like you just wanted to have some fun. Yeah, I love that. Like, what sort of inspired you just to go there, to get like that?
Man, I think I'm just like, naturally, I think everybody has duality, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's multiple sides to everybody, and it's just, I like to have fun too. Like, every people who like come around me, I don't know, and just, you can feel like they uptight, bro, I'm cool, like I'm not on that type of stuff. Sometimes I just like I like to share the way I view the world. If they come off as like deep or something, then like, it is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to just have fun with it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the songs were already there, so it really wasn't hard to build around it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was really
I love this. I love it. I think there's some really very classic music there. What's that first song? My favorite song. What's it?
Win Street.
Yeah, that's the one. I love that song.
I produced that joint.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So we actually co-produced the whole entire project. The only one we didn't produce on is, I think it's called like Guapalata. I get A.B. Eastwood produced that one. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And so I'm curious from you, What's the hardest part about being an artist in Nashville right now?
Yeah, for me, I feel like I really been in this anti-complaint space.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm trying to look more about what I can do.
Yeah.
As opposed to like what's not happening or what's in that type of realm. For me, I'm trying to figure out what it looks like for artists to create their, not necessarily their own communities, but their own like infrastructures.
Sure.
That is self-sustaining. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, ecosystem, if you will.
Yeah.
And I said this like a couple weeks on Twitter ago, but I feel like that, at least what I'm really referring to, and a big picture thing in my mind, but like, it's like, I think it requires a level of selflessness and like trust amongst creatives and artists that I don't think a lot of people are willing like necessarily to subscribe to.
Sure.
And I think that like apprehension and distrust stems from like maybe what the environment has shown them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because a lot of the times is what you see when I was talking about this oversaturation of talent, right?
Yeah.
Because artists are emotional, right? What it comes off as, oh, we'll never get the opportunities, the same people all the time, woo, 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 woo. And really when it's just like, man, like, you know, the whole there's room for everybody thing, it's like there just isn't a space for everybody.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now there are a lot of artists who are in limbo, honestly, making a lot of music, doing a lot of dope shit, but they don't get rewarded for their talent. So now they feel slighted. And then it's like, when the opportunity comes to be in community or create the ecosystem, it's like that distrust is there because of their experience from previous failures. You dig what I'm saying? Access to certain things is like super difficult.
Access to what?
Well, just like specifically like venues, right? Because like, especially as an artist here, this is a big live music city. It's like the biggest way that you can grow a fan base, make money is live performance, right? Selling your merch at shows, doing those things like that, right? But and I say this all the time, specifically with like artists who do hip hop and like R&B and stuff like that, anything other than country specifically here. It's what I found is a lot of the times we're not provided a platform a lot of the times when we do get the opportunity that is, it's like serving us up on a trash can lid. You know what I'm saying? Or if you've ever, back in the days when like bootlegs was hot, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If somebody had a movie you really wanted to see and you really just didn't feel like going to the movie and see it, you get a bootleg and it's ass. They walking in front of the screen. I'm turning it off. I don't want to look at it. And it's like, it's not because the movie's ass, it's like the presentation is ass. So it's the same thing with sometimes with the artists where it's like we coming in, there's a Bluetooth speaker we pretty much rapping on. It's going in and out. You know what I'm saying? The acoustic it's like, because out of self-sufficiency, right? I've seen a lot of the community that is here have to just cultivate their own spaces and create spaces that are not like actually made for music.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? To get their shit off. And it's like, then you end up always leaving with this asterisk of like local artists when it's just damn, that's the craziest box to be put in, because then nobody really actually takes you serious enough to see you for your brilliance.
I got an opportunity to go to one of your shows at a place just like what you're talking about, 100 Taylor Lofts. We were over there. It is not a music venue at all, 100%. But you turned it into one, and the community that was in that space, I felt like I was a part of. It was one of my most special and most memorable nights of Nashville. Yeah. First of all, you played all the stuff that I hadn't heard before.
You talking about the Cashville live show? Yeah.
Which it's not, but the community there was so bubbling. Yeah. I met tons of people. I met a bunch of other artists as well. Yeah. And I felt like I was a part of like what is really happening with Nashville artists here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, is there a part of you that loves that, or is there a part of you that sort of resents that, or?
That's the part that just gives me hope.
Yeah.
And it's just to know that it's the part that like makes you want to be like, I guess, speak up for the artist community or want to. That's the part. Shit like that honestly is the trust. When I'm talking about that trust and selflessness that is required for us to build our own ecosystems and stuff like that. That to me is where my trust is built. Is when I see like artists and creatives making their own spaces and like creating the spaces that they want to see or that they want to have.
Yeah.
When they feel like they don't have access to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that show at 100 and Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Los for even doing that. That was all us. Like I was making the flyers and stuff like that. He was making the posts and stuff. So it's like we just have to be resourceful a lot of the times and use what we got. You dig what I mean? And really make that work. And for me, that gives me hope to know, man, if somebody ever did give us something, I know we'll do something with it. I know we'll be good stewards of it because we've been good stewards of what we have and the lack thereof. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, that's beautiful. Hey, how far are we away from there being a black music venue on Broadway? Is this gonna happen?
I don't want it to happen personally.
Really? Okay, explain to me.
I ain't gonna say I don't want it to happen like I'm against it. I'm saying like that's not an aspiration of mine. If it happens, that's cool, but that ain't something I'm like out here trying to push for. If there's something
interesting
for it.
Hey,
Yeah, I would 100%, 1000% be for us building a black music venue on either Buchanan or Jefferson. 1000%. Or like reopening the Elks Lodge, and well, do they still have shows in there though? Well, I would love if they like if that was something that, because that's a historic place where like black music has always been. That's where also too I feel like we lose our cool, like we lose our sauce. It's like, why are you running over here to people who only really want your sauce when, for me, how can I put it? Your emergency savings, let's use it like a financial idea, right?
Yeah.
Your emergency savings is low key your most important piece of money. Because if something really go bad, right, you need to lean on. So you gotta have that backup, right?
Sure.
In the same way, bro, and I think about this all the time. And if they hear it, cool, and I don't mean nothing by it. But I think about Acme, right? I remember people really vying and trying to get into that place prior to COVID and all of that stuff like that. And that never happened, as far as, not that I know of, as far as like rap shows.
Not for rap shows. I remember Brassville had made their way there. That was made headlines.
But that was post COVID, if I'm not mistaken, or like right before COVID.
Yeah, I think right before.
Yeah, right prior, because they did it with Brown, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, but I think about that, and the first people they reached out to when no one could go downtown, when nothing else could happen, was like hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? All the hip hop was down there then. I saw so many of my peers perform down there. You know what I'm saying? While we was grateful for the opportunity, because I ain't gonna help my mental at the time. I needed to get out the house and feel like somewhat normal. There were a few people there, so it felt like a crowd somewhat. So that was cool, but it's like a backhanded compliment, right? You know what I'm saying? Or it's like damn, like, so I can come down here when ain't nobody can come down here for real. You know, when you need to stay relevant, right?
So what's the blueprint? What is the blueprint for music artists in Nashville today? I hear these old stories of like in New Orleans, Master P selling mixtapes out of his trunk. Do you have visions for the blueprint for musicians for the industry of music, black music in Nashville?
I have my own ideas of what I would like to provide and like where I would like to be of service. As far as like an overall idea, I think, I would love for us, like you talked about, having a black-owned venue that was owned by artists that, you know, where I could even imagine something where it was like we own a compound with different venues and things of that nature, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of was inspired by the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Right, so I didn't know that the team is owned by like the city, and Lambeau Field is
really?
That's owned by the people.
Really? The Green Bay Packers?
They have a very unique situation. It's not owned by like some people. It's like a state or a city-owned team. And so that's why like the guy got the oldest field and all that other stuff like that, right? And so, one of the oldest fields. And so I was thinking about that and just like what it looks like to, I've been trying to do like research on crowdfunding and like what that looks like to like for folks to put their bread together and have their own spaces where you have autonomy over that space and you have like dominion over that place and you can choose how you want it to run and run it in a way where it is like beneficial for artists, like where it's not like pulling teeth for artists to get in the door just to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To do their shit, you know what I'm saying?
I think that hip hop has this history of turning nothing into something.
Yeah.
And I saw that at your show.
Yeah.
And by the way, 100 Tail Lost is not nothing. It's actually a beautiful thing.
No, it's great. It's great.
It's not
great.
it's a lot better than rapping in front of a bodega.
No.
But you made that special. You turned that space that really isn't meant for that into a music venue for the night.
Yeah.
And I think that ingenuity is really magical.
Thank you. Yeah, no. And it, like I said, a lot of the time it comes out of like necessity or just having to be resourceful. I've been doing it for like almost going on 10 years now. And so it's one of those things of, okay, you want to start elevating the platforms that you're on and getting in more rooms and in front of more people. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I'm still just rapping in somebody's basement, it's like the culture part of that is great. But what does that do for me as like a person with 2 kids and a wife and shit like that? I got bills to pay. I'm not just out here trying to just be rapping to just be rapping forever. It's like, I will do this forever.
Right.
But as far as like, it's the pursuit for me.
Right. Chuck and I spoke about the importance of creating your own spaces, about finding validation within your own community. And just because somewhere is pretty popular with tourists doesn't really mean that it's popular with the people that live here. I love finding new pieces of Nashville history. He told me that the little connection that downtown still had with he and his friends all went away after the Christmas bombing of 2nd Street.
We begin this Christmas night with scenes of utter destruction after an explosion this morning in downtown Nashville. Investigators believe it was an intentional act.
I'm from Nashville at a time where 2nd Street was lit, where you can go on 2nd Avenue, and it was great.
Oh, tell me about that.
Oh my God.
Well,
it was
tell me about this.
Black clubs everywhere. I remember, I even remember when they had a club called The Castle. Yeah. And it was like a teen club on Sundays. I remember my mom used to drive my brother out. I never actually got to go because I was a little too young, and it closed when I was like 11 or 10. But yeah, before it got blew up, 2nd Avenue was like a place where like they would play more black music. Now, granted, it was still 60% country, but there was actually places where black people would actually could go. Like, you could go down there as a black person.
Wait. So you're saying that this ended right when the bomb happened?
Yeah, there was like a Laser Quest down there, Hooters, all this other shit down there that we used to go to and like just have fun.
Really?
Yeah, you can go, like literally, I remember as up until that happened, you could go down, like that, there was not a bad rep. It is, you know, when you talk to black people now, you talk about going to Broadway, depending on who you talk to, they be like, hell no, I ain't go down there. It's like, yeah, it was just a lot more. I did not know. Yeah.
I had no idea that this was, we had a space down there. It got blown up.
And it wasn't like, like I said, don't get me, it was just
it's
more.
It's a small corner.
Yeah, there were just different spaces you could go to where like they were actually playing rap and hip hop and R&B and not just, and there was even a BB King's. He used to do open mics, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a little bit before my time too.
Okay.
But cause that's the thing, like I was an athlete growing up.
Okay.
So like a lot of the names and the pioneers, I would guess you could call them, here in Nashville, who just did a lot of the groundwork for what you see today, like Love Noise, as far as like artists are concerned, like the Lido's books, all those guys. I was aware of those people, but I was just more into sports. So in terms of their influence or anything like that, it was like, it's a little detached. But yeah, I used to hear about all that.
Man,
a lot of the times. Yeah.
How old are your kids?
My kids are 9 months and 4 years old.
9 and 4. Wow.
9 months.
9 months. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God. Oh, you're in the thing.
Yeah, my son's 9 months. He's almost walking and stuff. It's crazy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Man,
and
that's
my
incredible.
daughter's 4. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, man, that's beautiful. Okay, so you're raising 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's that like? How are you staying sane as a human being? You seem to be a very level-headed, conscious about the community, conscious about the things that you're talking about. But like, how did you get there? Like, how do you keep that?
Yeah, I think just learning to lean into things that may cause you like discomfort or some type of tension. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the most powerful quotes I had ever heard, the absence of tension is not peace. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And for me, that was just powerful in that sometimes I always felt like avoiding things or not. So and that could be like, as a dad, like just throwing a tablet in your kid's face when they want something.
Yeah.
Like whatever, you know, just being around but not actually like interacting with them.
Yeah. Not present.
Yeah, right. Or even dropping them off at their granny house or their mom, whatever. Like, different things like that. And so just like learning to actually be present with them. And then even with my wife, like that's still something we working on too, but just being present, learning to like actually spend time, put the phones down, different stuff like that. It really be simple stuff for me, at least, that just helps me to stay.
Top 5 ways to stay present.
Put the phone down.
Put the phone down.
Breathe.
Breathe.
Be curious.
Be curious.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What do you mean?
Yeah, like I'm better in where I work has helped me with talking to people, right? I used to meet people, and because of having some type of social currency where people know you and you may not know who they is, or you may have met so many people and they know you and remember you, but you don't really remember them.
Sure.
I've gotten better with remembering people's names, things about them, stuff like that, by just like literally showing up and actually caring about what I'm asking them about, or you know what I'm saying, or what's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Being curious about what's around me, because I feel like, you know, if you ever read a book, right, and you say it's like a technical book or like a historical book or any type of book, right? Anything you're looking to get from, not anything other than fiction, right? If you're reading that book, like it's always helpful to like think about it to yourself, like, okay, what am I expecting to learn? What would I like to learn? Whatever like that, because when you go into it, I feel like you have less of a chance of like, when you go into something looking for something, it's like you're more locked in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's kind of what I mean by being
the
curious.
openness, the non-attachment.
Exactly, right? Just being curious about things around me and not being so dull to everything to where it's like I'm just in autopilot out there.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so even a small example would be like, have you ever gone into a place that you may not have ever gone in?
Right.
But you've always been curious about that.
Sure,
You finally go. Then you're like, damn, this is cool. And then you find 4 or 5 other places.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, this is tight. I need to do this more. And then whole time from then on, you see that. You notice that space every time you're driving or something like that. You're like, damn, I never actually paid attention that was there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Or
Nashville's like that. Nashville's got a lot of spots like that.
Or even when you get a new car, right? And it seems like everybody got their
the
car
same
now.
car.
It's damn.
Yeah.
And it's because you have that vehicle now, and you've been curious about it, and it's like you're living in that. You're aware of it.
I love this sort of like investigation of the neural pathways, and it's like things start to get connected. The way that our brains work is that we almost limit ourselves to be focused on how do we survive. But this openness that you're speaking of allows us to enter into new spaces, to consider new possibilities. And there could be a lot of joy and a lot of pleasure that comes from
100%. 100%. I think it's this dude. He's funny. He's on Instagram. I think his name Unc Pappy or something.
Okay.
This old white dude. And he's funny. He's like super country. He's always in like a pond or something talking. And he said something that I just really thought was like really profound.
Y'all ever see those videos in New York City in like 1912 and everyone's bustling, hurrying around on the street? And I think, God damn, they were stressed back then too, man. And now look, they're all gone. And I know that's depressing to think about, but it reminds me of a quote from, I think Anne Lorette said it. I heard Pete Holmes say it. Every 100 years, there's all new people, baby. Every 100 years, all new people. The people we're on Earth with right now, this is our crew, okay? In the same way you can't pick your family, but you gotta get along with them. We can't pick the people we're on Earth with, but we gotta get along, man. In the whole grand scheme of the universe, all the time, all the space, the people on Earth right now, this is a tiny little group, man, and we get to be a part of it, man. Be kind to your neighbor, man. This is what it's all about. I'm glad I'm on Earth at the same time as y'all. Thank y'all. Keep on rocking.
It makes me want to be more curious about the people around me, because it's like, you ain't gonna be here no more. I ain't gonna be here no more one day.
Yeah, to be present with it. Just allow it to unfold.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to like, also, I'm learning to be present and be in relationship with the person in front of me, not like the potential they may hold. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's, sometimes you can see with your spouse or something like that, right? You may see them being able to do something with a business or whatever it is, and you're just like, you want that for them, so you may push that on them. And it's instead of seeing like that may not be something that they aspirational about or even want or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think just maintaining a genuine curiosity in all of your situations allow you not to become like neutral at all. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's like people can take that as, well, if you don't, no, it's like you can still have your thoughts about it, but you have to be curious to even actually have a valid opinion.
Sure.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there are people who like think things about things that they don't know anything about. They have not actually been curious enough to take a deeper look and do any research on, but they will speak with conviction about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's, my pastor refers to it as the arrogance of ignorance. You know what I mean? Where it's, you don't even know what you don't know, and you speak on it as if you know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just, that's always scared me. It's like things that I may hold dear to that are not true at all, or not real, or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, just maintaining that curiosity just at all times leaves me like in this space of always learning, always being able to connect with the things around me, and then also being more aware of things. Like you start to notice more things in your environment, just generally speaking.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, put your phone down.
Breathe, take a deep breath.
Breathe. Okay.
Yeah. Be curious.
Be curious.
Don't fake it.
Don't fake it.
Yeah.
You got to tell me this. Tell me about this. How did you learn this, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, the don't fake it is just like, just don't give people what you don't got for them. You know what I mean? I think it's disgenuine, and I think it's manipulative in that you show up in a space and you are not comfortable with the possibility of someone maybe not being able to tolerate or be around or in the presence of your own energy. Even if your energy is pure and righteous, and maybe they the ones that need to get their shit to go. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I appreciate about you, right? You're very, I would describe it as eccentric in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's like, it's very, it's like you're your own wave, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your own thing going on. It's like Shabazz is Shabazz.
Okay,
You know what I mean? And I love it because it's the way you show up in every room I've seen you in, same Shabazz. It's never a different Shabazz, right? I've not heard you like change your voice and start talking different to people and shit. You know what I'm saying? The code switch, the respectability politic thing or whatever. It's like, for me, it's like showing up naturally as human. You know what I'm saying? And I think if people aren't able to tolerate that, then maybe that ain't my crowd or whatever, but it's not for me to show up in spaces and give people more than what I got for them, or give them, or you know what I'm saying, or
I love that.
play myself too cool as to not step on no toes and dim my light or anything like that. It's just, I just don't have no time for that.
I respect it. First of all, thank you for saying that. That makes me feel really good. And I would say, I haven't always been that way.
Yeah.
Like I was just saying, I was like dumplings in the pot. Like I became where I was, and there was a really lovely artist, a poet. Her name is Thea Monnier, and she's a fantastic artist. And I sat with her one day, and she said, when I walk into a room, God comes with me. I'm like, girl, that's confidence. What you talking about? She said, because when I come into a room, I come with my ancestors, I come with my mother, I come with my brother, I come with my sister, I come with everybody around me, I come with all of my people. Maya Angelou has a quote, my favorite quote. She says, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. And this is such a powerful one for me because it's a reminder of every moment of my why and my who. Who am I? I am not myself. You can look at a tree and say, oh, look at this tree. I see these leaves. That leaf is its own leaf. No, bitch, you're not. You're a part of that stem, which is a part of that root, which goes into those roots in that dirt.
Yeah.
And actually, you're a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And that changed me as an artist. And not only did it change me as an artist, it changed me as a human. Because now, when I paint something, I'm painting not only as the leaf that I can see in the mirror, but all as the branch and the roots that are also there as well.
Yeah.
And my responsibility when I'm thinking about, oh, is this good? You know, am I painting something that's good? Is this interesting? No, that's not my question anymore. That used to be my question.
Yeah.
Now it's, is this an expression of me and all the people that came in the room with me? Is this an expression of the God that I'm walking with? Yes? Okay, then it's good. Is what I'm saying when I show up at a Metro Arts meeting and I don't care about what I'm pissing off this huge institution and that huge institution. Why can I do that with confidence? Well, because I know who's in the room with me. And I have I have a responsibility not only to me, but to all of these.
Yeah.
And that sort of gave me this confidence, this sort of authenticity that you see today. which wasn't always there.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'm actually typically a very scared and timid person.
Yeah.
But that sort of, it gave me a grounding that I think allowed me to show up as myself and to not have to fake it, because now I know when I'm showing up for me, my own perspective, if I'm showing up just for my own interests, for the things that I think are interesting, that I think are cool, that I think are right, then I think that there's a good reason for it to fall flat. But if I'm showing up for my people, if I'm showing up for my 10,000, then I know that it'll hit. I know that it's important. I know that what I have to say needs to be said.
100%.
But speaking about the 10,000, another thing that I see represented in your work and a lot of the artists in Nashville in general is that there is this sense of responsibility. You speak about responsibility. There is this sense of, hey, I'm not only my own, especially in your music. I hear a lot of speaking about the needs of your communities. You're speaking about the mentality of your communities, but you're not talking frivolous. There's not like frivolous rap. Like you're talking about real life and in a way that's, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. Right? Which is, to me, comes back to some of the legacy of hip hop, that comes back to like why hip hop existed and why it's important for us.
Yeah.
Even some of the work that you do with the Southern Movement Committee. Where does that come from?
The way I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was fortunate enough, my parents still are together. They live in the same house I grew up in. So for one, like, stability was a big factor. I believe, looking back, and like my ability to be able to at least arrive at where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Like having a healthy mind, at least to some degree. I had that stability. I was in church. I mean, my pastor is Davy Tucker.
Okay.
So I grew up under a very radical like theology and ideology, and it made me naturally lean towards just a care for people and being able to see myself and other people. I feel like it's wrong to be okay with watching, or it's wrong to be okay with something being done to somebody else that you would not want done for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's what justice means. That's what love means. And it's like, that's where I'm like nested with everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and too, like I'm big on grace. You know what I'm saying? Where I just recognize like that I don't know, God ain't throw me away. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I'm very reluctant to treat people as disposable, just write people off or feel like people, just not see people's humanity. You know what I'm saying? Because the stability factor was growing up, like I went to the same high school or middle school from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade, went to the same school. Yeah, play sports growing up, had good coaches. Like I always just had good influences, even though my proximity was like bad neighborhoods and stuff. It ain't to say I was just fortunate enough to be in proximity, but like I had the fortune of being exposed to healthy influences, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, and people that wasn't gonna steer me wrong or put me in jeopardy. Like even people who were on that wouldn't let me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were just like, no, and if I catch you, I'm whooping your ass.
I had the same thing. Like I was raised by my mother, but my grandmother lived next door, and then my aunt lived on the other side. And then I spent every day from school at the rec center where I met Mrs. Mathyson, and all my teachers were out there. Are we still living in a world where you can have that your community around you? Do you see that? Do you think that world is going to exist for your kids?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I have hope that it will. Does that world exist? I think people generally, at least from my experience, have a natural inclination towards comfort. And so I just think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, the selflessness piece and like the trust. Communal trust is something I don't see a lot often, even with families, and this specifically in Black and brown communities, at least from my experience. Now, I could be wrong, but this is just from my own experience, what I'm seeing. I think it just seems like we're losing a lot of recipes. In general, I won't call it like etiquette, because that may be a bad word, but just I think respect. I think when we talk about like respectability politics, right? Like I think certain things are okay. Like putting the blunt away when Miss Johnson or grandmama walk by. It's just fucking being respectful.
Yeah.
You know, or like, it's just different things like that. And I feel like there's a disconnect where I'm seeing where people are just becoming more comfortable with being parts of themselves that they need to be privately, openly.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Where discretion is seen, it's like villainized to a degree that is not healthy. Where it's just like, I ain't gonna use that. I'm not gonna use that example. But yeah, I think it can just be villainized to a place that is unhealthy, where it's just certain things just shouldn't be in certain places. And that don't mean, I ain't saying go create laws and rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, so.
Respect. I mean, like, respect. Honor your elders.
Yeah, like,
you know,
just simple things like that, I think, for me, show big red flags of our moral fabric is deteriorating in a way that's, I can see why people just be doing their own shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I also understand that, like, the environment and the systems that we succumb to are like contribute heavily to our condition.
Sure.
So it's like, that's where grace comes back in for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, like, in the work that I do, that gives me hope that, like, community can exist and will actually prevail and that it will work. Do I think that we'll ever arrive back to a place of being able to go to your next door neighbor and get 2 eggs and some sugar? Because I've actually been able to do that before. I used to go to Mr. Duff's house and say, hey, my mama said, can we have 2 eggs and she'll pay you back? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we'll ever be able to get back there.
Well,
and if we do, I think I could see it being out of necessity.
Yeah.
If you've ever read Parable of the Sower,
no,
Octavia Butler.
Oh no,
amazing! Oh my God,
Parable of the Sower. Okay,
it's a fiction book, but it's scary good and scary prophetic.
Do you read a lot of books?
I read a lot. I don't say I read. I suck at finishing.
I've got
an amazing library, and I've just read bits and pieces of all types of books.
First 5 chapters of them all.
Oh my God.
Kill those first.
Oh my God. Smash them. And then after that, I'm on the next thing and feel like I know the whole shit.
We talked about it in the street.
Yeah.
You're like, I just read this book.
Tell me. So I'm a reader. I don't read. I don't finish a lot of books though, but I read.
Do you have a 5th one?
So let's go back over them.
Okay, we said put your phone away.
Yeah.
Breathe. Stay curious about things and people.
Don't fake it.
And
I would write it down physically on paper as fuck it /up.
Well, okay, what does that mean? Bring it up, like, but not fuck it up.
It's like it's low key like a triple entendre. It's fuck it. Fuck up. Fuck it up.
Ah, okay. What does that mean? Fuck it.
Like low key, that sounds like a process.
Fuck up. Fuck it up.
Yeah. I think fuck it is like saying, I'm gonna do this, committing yourself to something.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Right? I think the fuck up part is like just failing.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Right?
Fuck up.
And that's also implicit in the fuck it too. Like whatever happens, I'm cool. I'm down with it, right? And then fuck it up is do your shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's just about doing you with confidence, doing you with that knowing, like you said, like who I am and whose I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just knowing that you never by yourself and that is what's in you, it ain't what's on you. It's like the one, just having that knowing.
Sure.
So I think that's where the fuck it up comes from.
I fuck with that.
Fuck it up.
Fuck it up. Fuck it. Fuck up and fuck it up.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Musically, working on new stuff, man, and just I'm being vulnerable, just an awkward space right now.
Really?
Just like growing in a growing space. You know what I'm saying? Where trying new shit, I'm doing things that make me uncomfortable in songs and stuff like that, and just seeing where it takes me. And also too, just as an adult and in life, just generally just in an awkward phase right now. So it's like, it's not a bad thing at all, but just like when I say awkward, it's just like I would compare it to like hitting the growth spurt and not being used to your new limbs. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh shit, I'm tall now. I gotta duck under this thing. It's that kind of thing. So it's like just feeling a little awkward, and I'm a new dad. I have 2 kids. So having 2 kids and a wife and, just trying to figure out what me showing up most authentically in my art and my music sounds like now, because it don't sound like the same shit y'all heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know, because like some beats, when I get them, I'm like, I don't want no 808s no more. I don't know how to.
Really?
Yeah.
You doing the 808s?
Not in my own shit.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think because for me, I've always just taken so much pride in, man, if I go and all I got to show is what I've said on wax, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I've left people with something that I feel like God would would approve of, or God would be okay with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's just I be seeing, so I done seen peers and stuff go, and it'd be like sad, like, damn, the legacy, we want to hold a legacy up there if we just being real. It's like, bro, we talking about drugs and you killing people and all this other shit in songs, you know what I'm saying, in songs, right? Yeah. And it's like, we want to hold this up as like something to honor. And it's like, I'm just gonna be real, I can't honor that, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can honor your life for sure, but like the works that we've left behind or what we said on wax, like, I can't honor that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for me, I've always taken it very seriously, because that's the one thing that's going to live past me for sure, is what I've said on music. You can go listen to it anywhere. It's gonna be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And
that's legacy.
For real. And so for me, you're gonna hear it when it's not authentic. You're gonna hear it when it's not real to me. And so I'm in a different place in life where naturally, I think my life sounds differently on wax. You know what I'm saying? And I think even just leaning into some of my other talents as far as playing keys and shit live, you know what I'm saying? And singing more and just being more of...
You surprised me. You surprised me with your singing.
Yeah,
I didn't expect you. When you came out and you started doing it, I was like, wow, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Like,
appreciate it.
You really have a special talent.
Thank you, man. And so, like, just trying to lean into that. I used to, as starting in as a rapper, I used to take it as a slight when people be like, hey, can you sing this hook for me? And I'm like, damn, man, rap, like, woo, woo. And so it's like, for me now, I'm just not in there. I don't really care about being the best rapper or being like super duper lyrical and all this other shit. I mean, I want to say something for sure. But I think, I'm trying to find what Chuck Indigo sounds like right now and what life sounds like right now. And when it comes to me, I know it'll come. And I don't force things like that either. I'm learning to lean into other creative expression, so I'm starting to draw and shit. Oh. Yeah, let me just sketch on my pad, nothing crazy, nothing like this. But just like expressing myself differently in ways that's just outside of just music.
Man, there's an artist friend of mine that says that brave choices are always rewarded. And so most times, brave choices happen when you're uncomfortable. Yeah. Just by the nature, that's if you're not uncomfortable, you don't gotta be brave. Man. I love that you're doing that, and I guess the last thing I'll say to you is when you get uncomfortable, make sure you fuck it up.
I've seen winners, but never nothing like this before.
I mean, ain't no shit like this been done.
How do you guys do it? What's your secret?
Hey man, look. Hey, the game is to be sold. I told my nigga, you already know, man. You gonna keep stacking these dubs like a motherfucking website handle, nigga. It's our domain.
History
all day
today.
long, baby. Hey, look, we gonna keep making history, my nigga. Keep up.
Making no ends meet. Feel like I can't lose. Been on a win streak. Racking up wins. Making no ends meet. Feel like I can't lose. Been on a win streak. Feeling like in. Put in work. 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 When it hurt.
Hey, rack it up. Talk good shit, I can back it up.
Chuck Indigo, ladies and gentlemen. I first met Chuck at a Black Nashville Assembly meeting put on in association with the Southern Movement Committee. Chuck is really about the work of loving his community, which is why I was inspired to have a conversation with him. Grateful for his 5 tips on staying present. Remember his newest album, Winner's Habit with Shrames. is excellent. Please go listen to it. And he tells me that they're turning the project into a much bigger thing. This podcast has been made possible by a grant from Metro Arts Nashville and a grant from TriStar Arts. It's also made possible by people just like you. So go to museumofpresence.com to see how you can support, and you can like, share, send this to your mama. All those things really support our mission to get this out to the world. Again, thanks to my buddy Lazander Bryant for showing up. And until next time,
Putting the blunt away when Miss Johnson or grandmama walk by. It's just fucking being respectful.